So if your family's safety is always more in the back of your mind, then you're really a blink of an eye away from disaster. So you don't want to walk out your door again without taking the time to think through some of these life-saving measures. So today we're going to talk about 4 different measures that we take and that you can take to help ensure that the next road trip isn't the one that you remember for all the wrong reasons. So yes, welcome to you who are joining me live. Thank you for joining me who are watching after the live is over. Make sure you can leave your comments, your questions. I'll be back to answer them and respond to your comments. Um, yes. Welcome to those of you who are joining me over here on Instagram. I will say, to be honest, you are in the cheap seats, so you're going to want to join us over here so you can grab everything that I'm sharing with you today. But I want to hear your thoughts on this quote here by Emma Chase, because the greatest part of a road trip isn't arriving at your destination. It's all the wild stuff that happens along the way. Yes. Yes. Yeah. So today on Free Friday, we're going to be free from fear, free from worry, free to enjoy your trip, free to be safe, and free to defend your family. So I have a gift for those of you. If you would like access to my show notes today, just drop the word safe trip, just all one word, and I'll make sure you get show notes and on the wait list for our new ebook, The 5 Things We Never Leave Home Without. Yes. Now, those of you who are new here, my name is Amy Miller. I'm a wellness advocate and a business coach, and I help families find a clear path to smoothly transition their lives into the RV that's perfect for their family so that they can live the dream that they never thought was possible, whether that's 14 days or 14 months. And we do that using our signature MAPS process. This is Free Friday. This is our weekly series on Fridays to experience life more fully, more abundantly. Bonus if we can do this naturally. We love to learn out loud here on Free Friday. So when we learn out loud, we use the hashtag Free Friday and just share whatever is freeing your mind, whatever that aha moment is. Yes, so you can go ahead and do that today and share that nugget or that idea that you want to hold on to. Now, as a parent on the road, the most dangerous thing you can come up against every day is the thing that you don't know is dangerous. Maybe it's something like a pole that you didn't see when you were backing your trailer. Not that that's ever happened to us. Or maybe it was the germy restaurant that you sat in for lunch. Or maybe it's something more nefarious, like the person you thought was safe for your kids to be around, but you were wrong. And in any case, knowing how to be safe on the road is that skill that you can learn. So are you willing to spend some time to prepare, defend what matters most to you? Okay. Yes, so let's do this together. We're going to dive in here and we're going to plan for safety together. Now, the first measure we're going to talk about is communication safety. Now, we're going to talk about walkie-talkies. Now, one of the greatest tools that you can have is a cell phone, right? But there are some limitations to that that you've got to address ahead of time, or they're going to sneak up on you. And so first off, sometimes your cell phone isn't going to work, whether it's a dead battery or no service. Cell phones are not 100% reliable. So that's why we always carry a set of walkie-talkies with us as a backup, and for several different reasons. For a backup, if we don't have cell service, or if Jim is trying to back the trailer in and we need a way to communicate that doesn't rely on cell phone towers. But walkie-talkies have other benefits too. If you're traveling separately in separate vehicles, you can have the walkie-talkies to communicate if somebody is having trouble or needs to stop for a minute. We can also give these to our boys so that we can stay in touch with them too. Now, our boys are a little too young and immature to carry a cell phone, but we'd like to give them the freedom to roam. Plus, this also doesn't have the same harmful signals that a cell phone would have if you were carrying that on you. So in some places, this means that we could communicate with them, could be a half mile or more away from us, which is too far for us to see them, but or too far for them to hear us if we stick our head out the door and yell. So because of that, we like for each of our boys to have a walkie-talkie with them every time they leave, if they need to get in touch. And then that way, if we need to get in touch with them, they're just the push of a button away. The ones that we have, I think they can go as far as 2 miles away. So the distance is really good to be able to communicate safely and stay on top of that. So what about roadside safety? Now, it's inevitable that when you're on a road trip, there's going to be a roadside issue. Even as much as you've prepared ahead of time or maintenance your vehicles, if you drive very far, it's a matter of time before you break down or get a flat tire. And while you may be able to handle some issues, there's going to be other times that you can't. Just like car insurance, roadside insurance is a way to guard against unexpected emergency. So a couple of years ago, we were driving through Phoenix, Arizona around 5:30 in the evening when our RV got a blowout. And did I mention it was 5:30? Right. But because the size of our trailer, you need special equipment to change a flat, and I wasn't prepared. So we called up our roadside company, and they sent a truck out to change the tire for us. And we ended up being on the side of the road for longer than we expected. And the beauty of us having an RV is that we were able to still make food or prepare something, have snacks, go to the bathroom. But there was also peace of mind that came with having someone we could call if we needed help. And we have needed help. Over the years traveling, we've called for roadside assistance on probably at least 5 different occasions. And needless to say, it's been a huge help. And it's something that you don't want to leave home without. So different companies offer a manner of different services. So I suggest doing some research before you pick one for yourself. The one we have right now is Good Sam Roadside Assistance, specifically for those with RVs and campers. So keep that in mind for your safety. Yeah, so I'm curious, do you have roadside assistance with your insurance company? Yeah, go ahead and share that. So let's talk about, what about health safety? Now, all it takes to be safe in supporting your health is really to have the right tools. And I may sound like a broken record with this, but it can't be said enough that it really does pay to stay on the defense, or really even the offense when it comes to staying healthy and safe. So, yeah. And really, essential oils are some of the most natural, safest, and yet most effective tools I've found as a parent and as a speech language pathologist. So here's what you're going to want to have on hand. You're going to want to have your On Guard protective blend of essential oils to diffuse on the daily in the car or the truck or the motorhome, as well as during your stay, like with something larger like this that can cover a larger square footage. The first thing we do when we check into a hotel or an Airbnb is we set up our diffusers to clean up the air. You'll want this same blend in your hand wash. Yes, especially on the road to kill all the things without harmful chemicals, even in a travel size. Think gas station bathroom, restaurant, amusement park, anywhere you go. You're also going to want the convenience of your On Guard blend in a touch roller, meaning it's already suited for sensitive skin. So it's ready to use topically for your smallest of babies to elderly and in between. You just roll it on your feet, up the spine each day for immune support, even on the throat if you've got a little scratchiness there. And then lastly, you're also going to want, it's like fall in a bottle. You're also going to want your blend in a hand mist for your bag, your suitcase, your purse, your car. It's 99.9% effective against the most common germs and great for using as a protective glove before going into those germy places. Now, for the stress of it all that goes along with the road trip, aka yes, aka staying safe mentally. I also recommend the adaptive calming blend system. Now, this is a blend of essential oils to calm the mind, but also to help keep your brain alert. So you're going to use this oil again to diffuse in the car or truck during that stressful traffic. Or you're going to just take it and breathe it in when you need it, when you need to relax. Or you're going to grab your touch roller to apply to your pulse points as needed, or even taking your adaptive capsules to take internally with added GABA. Yes, hallelujah, keeping you sane. Yes. And so if you want to know more about the oils, I'm happy to chat with you more. If you want to just reach out, I'm actually going to give you my phone number. Are you ready? Yes, it's 832-509-5093. And what I want you to do is I want you to just text me the word oils. That way I know that what you want to chat more about, and you can ask your questions and I'll be right there to answer you. Yes, I'll be answering you. Okay, ready for it again? It's 832-509-5093. In fact, I'll even put it in here for you. Yep. You can just text the word oils, and that'll just help me know that that's exactly what you want to chat about. 832-509-5093. All right, there, I've put it there for you, and that way you have it. Okay, last but not least, let's talk about child safety. Now, when Jim was a children's pastor, he spent a lot of time working to protect the children in the ministry from predators. And this meant training volunteers, helping his staff know what to look for in the people around the church. Because believe it or not, it's a place that is steeped in predators many times. And so, but one of his biggest takeaways after all of those years was that the predator is not who you think. And did you know that on average, child predators have 7 victims before they're caught and convicted? And that's average. And in many cases, predators report having hundreds of victims before they're caught. Hundreds. I want you to let that sink in for just a minute. Yes. And so, yes, and one important aspect of guarding your children against those predators is recognizing that 60 to 80% of children who were sexually victimized were abused by someone known to them or their family prior to the crime. And if you're smart, you probably already know that stranger danger isn't enough. You've got to teach your children practical ways that they can stay safe, even from people you already know. So here's a few things that we teach our kids. Number 1, you're not allowed to go in someone else's RV or rig at all. And sometimes you're able to go in with a parent's permission. And at least one other brother has to be with you, even if you know the parents that you're with. Number 2, adults don't need a kid's help to find their pet or their kids. If an adult asks for help finding someone or something, they're being tricky and you need to get away from them now. Number 3, adults are way stronger than kids and they will be able to grab you even if you know martial arts or MMA. And number 4, if someone grabs you or your brother, yell as loud as you can and fight them as hard as you can, kicking, scratching, and punching. Now, an incredible resource for this is a set of DVDs called Stranger Safety and Internet Safety. And this includes Safe Side Super Chick. It was created by John Walsh. Many of you know him as the founder of America's Most Wanted. It's a very well done video. It does a beautiful job of teaching children to categorize people into their lives, into don't knows, kind of knows, and safe sides. And it's one of those, it's these DVDs that are super annoying to adults, but so annoying that your kids will remember what they teach. So I want to know, what resources do you use as a parent to safeguard your kids, especially when you're on the road? Now, if you're like me, you may be sitting here thinking, all this sounds good, but you aren't quite sure where to begin, especially if you're wanting to take maybe a longer road trip. So if you want a bit more support when it comes to planning your next trip, I want you to find us over on our sister website, exploretheunseen.com. Those of you who are joining us over on Explore the Unseen, welcome to you. You can schedule a quick chat with us, and we'll be help you find the next best steps for you and your family. We'll help you make that next travel adventure the best yet. So, speedy recap here we're going to do here. The things you want to keep in mind is communication safety. Keep those lines of communication open so that you guys can be safe. Roadside safety. Have something on hand for those moments that are going to happen. It's just a matter of when. Think about your health safety and what you're going to do to prepare. And think about, most of all, your child's safety. Now, let's all just keep calm and have a safe road trip. Yes. Thank you guys for joining me here. I'm going to see you guys next week, and we'll be talking more road trips. Okay. Bye, everybody.